Good morning, everybody. Today is day 3 of the Golf Croquet World Championship 2022. The commentator this morning will be Chris Clark, and I shall hand over.
Thanks very much, Alison. We're going to focus this morning on one of the most powerful and potentially one of the fastest matches we're going to watch this tournament. We've got Ahmed Naz, multiple world champion, against Ewan Burridge. So that's Egypt against England on lawn 2. Ahmed has already put about 8 layers of tape on his mallet, and I think he's just doing the final level of tape, so a regrip early on for Ahmed, and the should be one really quite exciting match. Both players hit the ball remarkably hard, are very positive, take on reasonably difficult hoops, clear balls firmly to long boundaries, and I think one of the key things is which player is going to take position best. And Ahmed is actually quite good at taking position. Ewan might be a little bit further away, and then we're going to be in a matter of which one's going to run their 3 and 5 yard hoops best. So Ahmed is a course and distance winner. Won, I think, back in, it must be close to 20 years ago at Southwick. And obviously has won subsequently in Cape Town. Ewan, much younger, 20 years old, current Open doubles champion with his partner Callum Johnson. That was sort of his first major event, and they played very well together just about 6 weeks ago at this venue. Shame we haven't got Callum here this week. Would have been a good addition to the tournament. Today's weather is less breezy than it was yesterday. We had probably about 20 mile an hour breeze at some stages in gust. There's just a very gentle 5 mile an hour wind at the moment. Overcast conditions. Expecting a bit of sun just after lunch and then possible rain mid-afternoon. Temperature hopefully getting up to the low 20s. So they've had the toss. Looks like Ahmed has won. Getting ready to play the blue over to hoop 1. And it's nice to see a match start promptly. Here we go. It's very good. I think Ewan might feel he needs 2 goes at that. It's borderline. It's just that little bit angled. About a 20-degree hoop, but it's not more than about 5 feet away. He's gone really tight in. It's on my borderline position between 1 and 2 shots. Against Ahmed, he tends to either hit it dead straight or flail miles away. So he can miss that type of hoop shot. So I am probably going to play my first ball in here rather than having 2 goes. But there's not a lot in it. Yeah, Ewan's played in. Overhit it. But not badly. Just about 2 feet further than you'd ideally like. And he's gone deep in case yellow clears blue on the right hand side. Then it won't be able to clear red very far then. So it'd be interesting as to whether he goes hard or the other option is very hard. I think Ahmed's been measured at hitting the ball about 42 miles an hour. Ewan playing with Solomon grip. And one of the things you can watch during the match is what happens to Ewan's follow through. And that time, when his wrists go forward and then over his shoulder, it's generally not a good shot. And when he can get his wrist going forward and his forearm straight, then he's generally a really good shot. Basically, he's technically quite a strong player, but he just needs to work on that forearm extension. Create the sort of solid base that you'd see if Reg was playing. Reg is always going to have a good, stable body position after he's hit the ball. Whereas Ewan can sometimes be, you know, the mallet's going over one shoulder or the other, or it's about to be flicked out of his hands and twirled, or he needs to learn a bit more from the more experienced players like, you know, Reg and Robert and people like that. So first go, you want him to fail this, because if he gets the first one right, it really does boost his confidence. And he's made that look a lot easier than it was. He's run it probably about 11 yards east of corner 2. So Ewan playing into hoop 2. It's very interesting. I think he's got the wire. So blue may not be able to hit red. The red can jaws from there. I'm not sure it can run. Ahmed just playing in. Another good positional shot there. If we can get to a stage in this match where Ewan's positional shots are inside Ahmed's, then I think he's got a genuine chance. If it's the other way around, he's going to be fighting an uphill battle all day. But you can already see a lovely pace of play here, both of them. Ahmed just guarding against red jawsing, and red will now clear black to the distant boundary. Bit surprised there. He could have cleared yellow, but clearly has no interest in jumping from range. And, you know, that was just a mid-pace clearance almost from Ewan. He hardly put any power in at all, and black's off the south boundary. I know there'll be a lot of you watching this just wondering, how do you generate that amount of pace? I could never have got that ball off the lawn on a 11-second lawn. Again, these youngsters who start when they're 10, 11 years old and learn how to hit the ball well, and Ewan's probably about 2 feet taller than when he started, the power sort of comes naturally. So, good chance for Ewan to equalise. An interesting decision from Ahmed again to have a very neutral, just sort of playing a ball in, not trying to do anything exciting. Doesn't want his balls massively out of position. Happy to let his opponent potentially make an error that will allow him to take good control of the hoop. It's a good shot. And that was a much more stable position. Looked much more controlled to me. So nice trading off the first 2 hoops, just going with serve. These positional shots, so important, and that's a 10 out of 10. That is 1 yard dead straight in front. It's really good. Ewan will shoot twice at this, I think. It's interesting. He's gone off the north boundary directly in front of the hoop, and what he's saying is, you'd normally do this later in the match when you're more confident. He's saying, I am going to hit with yellow onto blue, and after I've cleared that blue, I don't want blue to be able to clear red. So I'm going to put it on the north boundary, and I'm going to guarantee myself a hoop shot. Normally you'd be sort of game and a half into a match before you started doing stuff like that. Ahmed has now played at what looks like a fantastic black in to potentially block yellow at blue. This is really good stuff. I think Ewan's gone too aggressive too early. Let's see if he can hit any of this. Oh, that missed by... Oh, I mean, it's clipped the black and missed the blue by a widget, so I think he might have had half of blue there. So that hoop was pretty loose, given the fact they've only had a 10-minute warm-up. So Ahmed will be using our referees to knock them down. That one was very loose. They're actually, to be fair to the hoop setters, much more difficult to run and much firmer than they were at the Open Championship 6 weeks ago. So I think that's been a good improvement. No, but I can see.
Curious.
No, I mean, at the Open, 6 weeks ago. Basically, you just need to play it mid-pace into the middle of a wire and it'd go through half the time. And they are better than that. So that is definitely good. So Ahmed, old-fashioned Egyptian. Instead of running hoop 3 to in front of hoop 4, he just sort of, hits it much harder and it goes almost off the south boundary. The concept is black plays in, and it's another fantastic positional shot with black, and then blue's going to smash red away. So Ewan needs to try and block blue at red. So just probably a ball or two short with yellow. And interesting, he's just playing in here. Later in the match, I think we'll see the smash. That's just an attempt to try and block the red ball. And it's another fantastic positional shot. He has clearly got a good block. Ewan's asked for a referee, which means he thinks something is possible. Whether it's a half jump into blue following through into black, or whether he can actually clear the blue, I can't see from here. It looks very close to red. Obviously, if he can clear the blue, he'll be over the black as well, trying to jump through hoop 4. But I think we've seen like 4 world-class positional shots from Ahmed already. He's known for his power, but these have really been great touch shots. So yeah, I'm sitting on the north boundary commentating here, so I can't see what the gap between blue and red is. So obviously, what faults can be committed here? The most likely is a double tap. So red going into a ball and then the mallet following through. I think that was clean, but didn't get anywhere near the lift he needed to either hit black or run the hoop. Even worse, he's sort of rushed blue onside to quite a nice position to take position at 5 from dead straight in front of it. Ahmed once again getting these hoops just tapped down. The rule is you're not allowed to run them by more than 7 yards if they didn't touch the wire during the practice routine, and I'm pretty sure both of these players completely ignored that regulation. So they might have been hit a few times during their 10-minute warm-up. Hopefully we'll get some good camera angles of Ahmed's technique. I say he either hits it sort of dead straight or he flails at it, and from that position, which was absolutely dead straight in front of the hoop, you wouldn't expect an AC player to miss one of those, really. Ewan sort of got fractionally more angle and about double the length, but he'll still be taking this on. It's just a straightforward hoop. And just need to work on your technique. Hit it in the middle, follow through nicely. Nice hoop. 2-all. Should have been 3-1 to Ahmed. I'll say, if you get to watch Ahmed, just like all the Egyptians, he's an Irish grip player. But when he aims, it could be up to 2 yards off target. And from memory, aims to the left, and then his mallet comes through to the right and hits it. And that's the sort of shot I'm worried about from Ewan's perspective. Red has to take position there, and then yellow clears blue. He's overhit red by, even if he's underhit it, 3-4 feet less, it's still not runnable. It's over 2 yards overhit. So he will be in two minds here. He can play yellow at blue. I'm fancying yellow at the hoop. I really fancy yellow at the hoop here. He's going to have to do a lot of hitting if yellow hits blue. So I think he'll go for the hoop. but missed by some way to the right. I always fancied those. I called them 1 in 3. Get that shot, 1 in 3. And this is a more difficult hoop than hoop 4 was. Just probably a foot further away. So just confirming that yellow's offside. It's gone up near corner 2. And can he make up for that error at hoop 4? Again, no pressure on it because yellow's miles away. But that was unusual for Ahmed. Ahmed would normally walk up to that and just smash it off the north boundary. That time he played his mid-pace shot, which he doesn't play very often, trying to run hoop 5 up to hoop 6. And yeah, from a technical point of view, he's not strong. He aims way off target, and he needs his tempo and timing to be right on his swing before everything sort of clicks into place. But once again, back in front of the hoop. This time he's blocked blue at the middle of red. It might still be able to hit quarter ball on the right. And he's got enough power that quarter ball on the right is fine. But he certainly can't do things like snuggle up to red now with blue, which would deny any shot whatsoever. I mentioned, I think yesterday, that these lawns are very good for snuggling. They're comparatively flat in a locality, and they're even paced. So, you know, if you've got good touch, just lagging up to a ball 2 yards away to completely block it. And again, Ewan still hasn't got that yellow in front properly. Might be playing black onto red. Not sure that's great. This is, yeah, I mean, Ewan's just all over this hoop now. He can stop black away, getting it in front of the hoop. Trying to get black wide from red. And I think we'll see Ahmed will play black into position. Blue will clear, sorry, yellow will clear blue to the boundary. And then blue will smash back at red. That's another good positional shot. Got straight in front. Rushed it within a couple of feet of corner 4. Cleared it. There. And blue at red. It's good distance. It's about 16 yards. So, didn't think it finished 4 feet out of the corner, but anyway. In the middle, very good. And blue's finished just about 3 yards outside corner 2, maybe 4. Ewan's got a very interesting choice here. I'm going to play in. I'm not shooting. I really like this. Excellent. We've seen him fail hoop 4 and hoop 5, Ahmed, and now he's just going to force him to run one that's a bit longer. Now he's got the outside chance that red could have blocked black's hoop. Yeah, good shot. That's his normal pace of just smashing it off the north boundary. But I like the choice from Ewan. Just put that little bit of pressure on him. Said, look, I've seen you fail 2 easier ones than this. Let's see if you can actually do it when you need to, and I've got a ball in front. Overhit. Yeah, I see. And this is the difference so far in the match. It's the positional play. Ahmed's has been good, and Ewan's hasn't. So Ahmed once again making sure his ball is runnable. A much better shot there, providing he hasn't blocked yellow at blue. That's what Ahmed's just walking around to look at. Can yellow hit that blue? Even if it can, I think black will play in here. Once again, trying to get the block. Ewan's obviously open. Needs to hit it in the middle. Oh, really good. Keep control of the hoop area for yellow. Black's, it's got a good 4-yard hoop, even if blue hits red. But this is one of the positions, you're trying to achieve. If you can hit blue onto red, blue's going to finish near hoop 7. And then if you can run a good hoop 6, you can easily get 2 or 3 hoops in a row. In the middle, and look where blue's going. Into runnable position at 7. Fantastic shot, huge power. And again, Ewan's going to face with the same choice at hoop 5. Does he play in front, which is what I want him to do, to force black to run a 4-yard hoop? Or does he power black away? And this time he's taking the opposite choice. He's powering black away. I still want to take position here. He's played mid-pace. So great shot. Got the clearance. Red's still gone 15 yards away from hoop 6. But yellow's got the opportunity to either clear black or take on its hoop. Unless black's blocked it, which it may well have done. It's been a quality positional performance so far this match from Ahmed. I'm confident that if it was open, Ewan would have made his decision by now. The decision he's taking on is, do I clear black with yellow, or do I jump over black with yellow? I want to clear this. Yeah, I had to go at the hoop. I thought if he was open on the hoop, he would have taken that earlier. Because he's still got a clearance or hoop with red. And I just thought, he'd probably just fancy having a go at that, knowing he's not losing the hoop next shot. But outside of the wire, offside ball, not a great position. 3-2 down. Again, I think he'll take the hoop on again here. Another good effort there. Same position. Offside over on the boundary near corner 2. Both offside balls, and black will just run this. I think we'll see him run it off the north boundary as well. No, he's gently running it. That's where I run it to, because it gives you the shortest clearance at hoop 7. I've often seen Ahmed run it off the north boundary, and it gives him the potential to cut the ball in front of 7 much further south. And sometimes you get in-offs as well, whereas you're never going to go in-off where black is. But when you hit, A, it's shorter, and B, your ball finishes almost guaranteed on a boundary. So time for Ewan to put a couple of good positional shots in. Force Ahmed to hit a couple of 7-yarders. 4-2 to Ahmed. That's good. Be happy with that from the boundaries. It's gone probably 2 feet further than he wanted, but much better long than short. Fabulous shot again from Ahmed. 1 yard straight. And another good shot from Ewan. Might have blocked yellow at blue, but still, looking at it as a shot from distance, it was good pace, a good line. He should be happy with that. Might not have got a great result. Wouldn't be surprised to see Ahmed just put another ball in play here. Yeah, he's trying to further block yellow. And what's yellow got? Is it just a hoop shot? It's a jump. Oh my word. Great shot. Hit the far wire, came down, spun through. So not a perfect shot. He could have sort of run it fairly cleanly down to hoop 8. But I'm sure he'll be thrilled to bits to be sort of back within 1 point of Ahmed, who this time's probably played one of his weaker positional shots. That's probably 4 to 5 feet shorter of where he would have been trying, and has left Ewan a double. So Ewan's taking this double target. Missed both. Yellow hasn't run by far, so probably won't have much of a sort of poke down to hoop 8. So he's done the right thing. He's taken an early double. He could have played good position, forcing blue to either take on a long hoop or clear him. But if it's a double from there, I always like taking doubles down to hoop 8. And how far can he get this down? Yeah, he's just playing to the side. That was the best he could do. So, free go. 4-yard hoop. Great shot. 5-3 to Ahmed. Ahmed and Mohammed both surprise omissions from the Egyptian Openshaw Shield team in 2020. Nice positional shot at 9 from Ewan. That's only just about 15 degrees off straight and quite short hoop. Can try and play yellow just with a yard of pace at red. Lovely pace he's hit that out. That's a nice shot. And now smash blue at red from Ahmed. Much less of the sort of tactical niggling round hoops in this match. This is going to be very power based. Oh, that's the third one of those he's hit. And has he blocked red at black with yellow? Yes, he has. All he can do is play in. No, short. Good chance to take a 6-3 lead here. Hasn't, you know, he's failed 4 and 5, but it's still been a strong performance. And there you can see he's aiming. Off target. And his swing comes through. Different direction. And good positional shot this time from Ewan. 2 yards straight. And that will be good enough to have it in Ewan's mind if he ends up having to run the hoop with yellow. Clearing that's a big help. So yeah, now it's sort of away from his backswing. And red's on blue's backswing. There's a lot to be said when you're 6-3 up here for taking position. Don't get black out of position for hoop 11. And he's almost saying, almost semi-giving up the hoop. Another good shot. 6-4 to Ahmed, but blue and black both within 8 yards of hoop 11. Hasn't put himself out of position. Protecting his lead. No. Foot short, but fine. And red needs to sort of hide behind the blue. A foot past blue. so black can't hit it. And he hasn't even tried to put it down that line. Just an error, in my opinion. I'd have just played to sneak past blue on the left-hand side, just to try and get blue, even if it's only a quarter covering red. It's in your opponent's mind. And that's what's going to happen when you play a good player. You give them a 7-yard clearance, they're just going to shift your ball. That's a mid-pace clearance, which was a correct choice of shot, but he's only flicked it. Now he hits that half ball, a three-quarter ball, he's absolutely fine. But now he's going to be faced with some... He's probably going to be faced with yellow at blue again next turn. So red will probably play back in. Again, I would have liked to have seen him 2 feet closer to the hoop, simply because, you know, he's 6'4" down, running 11 by a couple of yards or off the south boundary isn't fantastic. I want to get control near hoop 12. So, to stay in the first game, yellow at blue. No. And that'll be 7-4 to Ahmed. And a good first game. 3 very central long-range clearances from Ahmed, combined with very good positional play. And a couple of dodgy hoop strokes. Ewan's positional play not as good. And yeah, 7-4 was a pretty fair reflection of that first game. One of the things I mentioned earlier was we're going to get a nice fast match here. These are both fluent players. So obvious one to televise for this morning. We'll be able to watch this finish, and then I'm pretty sure we can cut to any of the other morning matches and still catch a fair bit of those. So elsewhere on lawn 1, we've got Amra Elibieri against Stephen Mulliner. We've got Ben Rothman against Yoey Alibo. So that's to look forward to. Just pausing for Amra to have a shot at Stephen's ball on lawn 1 from corner 2 near the commentary box. So on lawn 4, Ben Rothman's just run hoop 6, and it looks like he is 5-1 up now against Yoey in that first game. Yoey had a fantastic win last night against Amra Elibieri, who I think is one of the strongest Egyptian players. So obviously Mo regarded as the strongest at the moment, Mo Karem. But Amra, very strong player in his own right. Going to be a fantastic last few days here with the knockout. Should be some wonderful matches to watch. Ewan just waiting near corner 4 for Ahmed to get back from a comfort break. On lawn 1, Mulliner 2-1 up against Amra. And Ahmed's back. So, key for Ewan, first ball in front, try and get 2-0 up as quickly as possible. And that's okay. It's not an easy hoop. It's a good, at least 3-yarder, fractionally off straight. But it is, within his mindset, well in front. And the players keep the balls they've been playing with all match, and the loser of each game plays first with either of their balls at the start of the next game. So Ewan, red and yellow throughout the entire match, and he's just played yellow to start off and just start that rotation. So tried to get tighter position with his second ball, overhit it by 4 feet. And Ahmed will be taking this yellow on. We've already seen him hit 3 of these. Oh, I'm a bit surprised. He's played in. That does surprise me. Ewan will be thrilled with that. Bit wristy into that left-hand wire. And now, choices for Ahmed. Can black pass yellow? In which case he'll probably smash the red away. If not, we've got a gentle clearance of that yellow ball, and we're going to finish in a fairly neutral position. You hit that on the wrong side. That might leave blue a potential clearance on red. That's why you want to hit it on the other side, so blue can't clear red. If he's got this wire, he is in all sorts of trouble now. Choices here. You can just take position again, trying to block yellow at the hoop, or he could smash red away. So opting for a quieter choice of shot. I'm not sure he's even worried about the yellow. He's just played a blocking ball in, trying to stop red hitting black. I thought he'd probably try and do both. So block yellow at the hoop and block Ewan's shot to clear that black ball. Because now Ewan is going to be having a go. Ahmed's shooting here. He needs to hit quarter ball on the right. That's what he's aiming for. He's missed on the right. Just trying to cut it 5 yards further away, but you need such power and accuracy from that distance. So Ewan's second go at the hoop. That's a bad shot. You can see how much that hoop moved when Ahmed leant on it. So the ground here is still quite soft. They're watering. Southeast England has only had 7% of its usual July rainfall. So, you know, it's hardly rained for the entire month. But the ground here, this would normally be, firm if you don't have automatic watering. Be brown all over and nice hard ground, but automatic watering systems now mean we rarely get to play in those testing conditions. So 1-0 to Ahmed, smashed it off the north boundary. And Ewan wants to not just take position at hoop 2 here, he wants to get it so blue can't hit it. And he hasn't done that, and he hasn't got a very short hoop either. Let's see if we can see another really good positional shot. Try and get half the distance that red is from the hoop. It's a fabulous length from that distance. I don't think Ahmed's going to feel sufficiently threatened. He's just going to put another ball in here. No need to play an aggressive blue at red, which if you miss, your ball just gets out of position for hoop 3 as well. So he's just going to nudge in. It's a good method of protecting a lead. Outside the wire again. Just be a stun clearance here. Yellow at blue. Try and get back in the hoop. He's hit it. I was very surprised he hit it gently. But anyway, back in the hoop. Ahmed's just going to keep niggling balls in. So ideally, red wants to take position behind blue, so black can't run it. Sorry, black can't see it. I just didn't think that was necessary. I just think you can take position with red there. Good one to hit in the middle, don't get me wrong. But yeah, this is just trying to boss the game from Ahmed. He's saying, I'm going to keep my balls in position. You're eventually just going to miss or hit it on the edge. And I'm just going to run a 2-foot hoop. So that's an offside ball. And blue could decide to jaws here. Yeah, a very intelligent play. Black's in a perfect position to hit blue half ball on the right. Rush peeling the blue through hoop 2, getting the black over to hoop 3, and yellow will still be offside. It's about as good as you can do. He is playing one of the 3 people in the tournament, probably, capable of playing this jump shot. So Ewan is going to take this on. Lawns have become a bit more difficult to jump on since they sanded them. Got to hit it a bit harder. And here, try and watch Ahmed hit this half ball getting black over to 3. Lovely shot. So lots of work for Ewan to do here. Game down, 2-0 down, and basically being bossed by the multiple GC world champion. So you want this a bit long, if anything. Giving black a clearance on it, you know, it needs to be 3 yards further than that. Long is okay, short is just rubbish. Another good positional shot there. The reason he hasn't gone closer is yellow is in the way. So he's just guaranteed missing the balls and getting a nice straight hoop. Normally would have taken a bit tighter position than that. Another failed positional shot. Meaning Ahmed won't feel any pressure to clear a ball. He'll just play another one in there. Yellow can only clear blue to a short boundary. Then blue can smash red away. You can clear black and hope blue fails its slightly longer hoop. You can clear blue and hope it misses its 7-yard clearance on red. You can try and snuggle up to blue. Hasn't even hit that out to the boundary. So that's a 5 foot short of the boundary. And Ahmed will just smash this. Lovely shot. Clears it to almost corner 1. And a good explanation, you know, for up and coming players who think, oh yeah, I'm quite competitive, how you can get completely out controlled by position and then monstered by power clearances. It's not like Ahmed's been running 4-yard, 5-yard angled hoops here. They've been pretty straightforward. Let's see if you can get back in with a nice clearance on the black from 30 yards away. Very good technically. That was pretty straight. Most of the lawns on 1, 2 and 3 hill a ball or two towards the east boundary, and I think that probably started on target and just moved a ball or half a ball. So again, traditionally Ahmed makes no attempt to get in front of hoop 4 here, and black will be on the south boundary or bounce back at him. There we go, off the south boundary, 3-0. So Ewan needs that ball back on the boundary and yellow needs to try and take position at 4 wide from it. 3-0's not a disaster. 4, 5 and 6 are quite easy to make for one player. Looks close this. This is a very good effort. Just gone 1.5 foot too far. On lawn 1, Amra Elibier is just equalised at 3-all in the first against Mulliner. So poor positional shot for the first time from Ahmed, failing to get the correct side at hoop 4. What's he going to do? You can still smash yellow away if you want. You can rush blue up. You can just go between blue and the hoop and try and block red at the hoop. Or you can just play wide, saying, well, that's runnable. But if yellow clears me, yellow's not going to be in runnable position. I think we should be having some sort of block here with yellow between blue and the red. That's a safer option. Ahmed will now not clear the red, he'll nudge in front of the hoop. Blocking red at the hoop, and Ewan will take his jump on, knowing it's a free shot in that after red misses, yellow can still clear the blue next time. So sort of free go. Looking on the bright side, it's bounced back in front. So if yellow can clear blue on the left-hand side, past hoop 4, it's potentially winning the hoop. Oh, that looks really good again from Ahmed. Yeah, he's blocked yellow at blue. Fantastic, fantastic positional play. And I think Ewan will feel forced to take the jump on again. But really good position. Nope. And this is going to be 4-0. At which stage, no doubt some of you have got Ahmed in your fantasy team and go, can he get a 7-0 bonus win? So, it's going to be red to take position. Standard play then is black just plays in. Yellow plays in, because it's quite a long way. It's near corner 4. And then blue will smash red away. Good shot. Nice straight hoop. Again, I prefer closer. Ahmed will try and play between red and the hoop, blocking it. And he's underhit that one. That's probably one of his worst positional shots. Yellow trying to block blue at red. And I think he's got this one. And if it wasn't 4-0, Ahmed might have just tried to run hoop 5 there. But what he's saying is, look, have a hoop. If you don't get it, I'm going to go 5-0 up. But my balls are going to stay in position. And Ewan's run it, but he's run it off the north boundary, which really isn't good enough when you're 4-0 down. I know you're feeling under pressure. You haven't run that hoop for a while, but you've still got to hit it the right pace. So Ahmed trying to take position at 6 wide from the red ball. And it's not far away. And Ewan looks like he's shooting at this. So he's either got a lovely double or red can't hit black. And one of the things about Ewan is, whilst he does play the odd poor shot, during a match you normally get him to play quite a lot of very good shots, and we really haven't seen many of those this match. You know, it's either 2 or 3 good jump shots, or 3 or 4 25-yard clearances, or 15-yard hoop, or something like that. And he'll throw a handful of those into most matches, and this one he's hasn't done too much good in. Chance for 5-1. Red was wide from black. Yeah, and that's managed to run the hoop, flick red, half ball on the left-hand side, going over the hoop 7. And yeah, it's sort of getting worse every minute for Ewan. Lovely play from Ahmed though. (4-3) to Stephen on lawn 1 against Amra. So what can black see? If it can clear yellow, it'll probably do that. Just nudging in. Yellow clearly not in position. You want to be in jumping range in case Ewan tries to pop this in the drawers. And equally, you know, blue can clear red now, and that will probably leave black the jump. But to be honest, at 5-1 down, you need to try and find opportunities for yourself to make 2 hoops, and getting in the drawers of 7 is a good way to try and get a couple back. He's still got the chance to clear black, which will turn a fairly straightforward jump shot into a much more challenging position. So, little hop. It's not a strength of Ahmed's, but this I think is within his range. Once you start getting a couple of yards further back, less good at it, but this should be within his range. Yeah, good shot. 6-1. And as predicted, this is almost certainly going to be the first match to finish today. Yep, less than perfect, that blue. But he's got a smile on his face as Ahmed. He's been pleased with how this match has gone. Everyone knows the danger that Ewan poses to strong players, so as a number 1 in your block, you're quite happy to have him sort of crossed off and move on to your next match. Nice double clearance from Ewan, keeping yellow control over the hoop. And again, at 6-1, Ahmed isn't going to do anything to take his balls out of position. It chose a mid-pace clearance there. More aggressive than I thought he'd be. I just thought he'd be happy just to let him have the hoop. First play to 9. And Ewan's taking this on from distance. Didn't think that was necessary. Just thought there was a chance to force black to clear something. Again, black not wanting to play too close to yellow to give it an easy stop shot clearance, has played deep, and Ewan's going to try and nudge yellow in front to block blue's hoop. I think Ahmed will just clear this half ball on the left. Always open on the hoop. Got the second prize, bounced off and shifted yellow a wee bit. Good shot. Much less strategy compared to the game we saw yesterday. Lovely shot between Jack Good and Yasser Said, where balls are finishing closer to hoops more often, more positional, less power play. This one's been very much a wham bam bam thank you ma'am game. Another fantastic 20+ yard clearance from Ahmed, moving that yellow ball. Not sure whether blue can jaws or run. Ewan thinks maybe not, so he's playing in front. Ahmed will just stop that away, I think. Lovely control, central clearance, just moving it several yards away whilst keeping position with blue. That looks well short. So once again, Ahmed building this close position to the hoop. He's going to be trying to keep control, force his opponent to do difficult things. This looks like a jump shot, trying to run the hoop. Which, to be fair, was a pretty good effort, but I would have thought clearing blue and then having a go at the hoop with red was probably optimal. This is almost practicing now from Ahmed. That's not a normal shot he'd take. He'd probably just nudge blue in front of the hoop, blocking red's hoop shot, and just taking the opportunity to get another smashy clearance in. And this will be probably the last shot for Ewan in the match. Might have a nice double, hoop and black. He's missed the hoop, and black will be running this for a very, very comfortable 7-1 win in the second. And sort of a little stamp of authority to later in the competition, because people you play in your block, you often play in the knockout. Well played, Ahmed. We'll get the camera moved to another lawn now, and we'll start commentary on that in a few minutes. So we've had a request to see a bit of defending champion Ben Rothman in action. So we're now on lawn 4, and that was Ben playing the blue, clearing the red, and for Rothman fans, shot. For Rothman fans, he's game up and 4-1 up with a strong position at hoop 6, and he's playing Joey Alibo from Sweden. Great shot from Joey. Red clearing black, leaving yellow nicely in front. Just pausing while the game on lawn 5 was at hoop 2. So, Ben, blue and black, about to play black at yellow in front of hoop 6. Game up, 4-1 up. Ben currently, oh, lovely shot in the middle. Just when you can hit them in the middle and just keep control of the hoop afterwards, it's massive. And he's got a lovely sort of mid-pace clearance, which he's used to great effect to win last time. So yeah, had a good win yesterday against Mulliner in straight games, did Ben. But I also think he lost his first one as well from memory. Possibly Pierre Baudry. And Yoey's leading the block, the only player in the block to have won both his matches. Fantastic win against Amaraheli Bieri yesterday. Very impressive. So yeah, 2 out of 2, having played your number 1, puts you in a really good position to try and qualify as a lower seeded player. Ben needs a good central hit on yellow now to leave blue. Good opportunity for a 5-1 lead. Hasn't got the type of power that you'll see from other players. He'll be very much in that, if I hit it in the middle, it goes off to the far corner. If I hit it half ball, it might only finish 15 yards away. But he does hit a lot of them in the middle. Nope. So, blue's got about a 2.5 yard straight-ish hoop for a 5-1 lead game up. Solomon grip player Ben. Very good technically. Nice distance between his hands and his body to start with. That first movement is the top hand coming back towards the body to create a good flat swing. And then good forearm extension afterwards. And if you watch him from behind, he's got a straight swing as well. So really good technique. Good positional shot from Joey. It's almost a free go, this clearance, because even if you miss red, black's in a handy position on the north boundary in front of the hoop. So always take this on. Great shot. Hasn't managed to get black off the lawn. I don't think. I think black's on by a few inches. And that's important because it means red can clear it. Bit short. Trying to get between yellow and the hoop. Fantastic positional shot. Hasn't blocked yellow at the hoop, but remember, black can still clear yellow if it's left there. So I wouldn't be surprised to see red try and take blue out here. He's got some in-off potentials, and I think it's the right shot to play. Just try and get rid of blue straight away here with the red. Good shot. Didn't get the in-off, but and I just think he's going to fancy this hoop. He's 5-1 up. He likes straight hoops, does Ben. Uses that good technique. Yellow's not really mega threatening. So I'll be treating this as a sort of free go. Fantastic. Just really good technique there. Just go straight back, straight through, run it down just past hoop 8, 6-1 up, and those 4 days at Compton are starting to pay dividends. Looked a bit shaky really for at least 3 days there, and now he's effectively on day 6 of his tournament and just starting to look stronger and stronger. Again, 2 options here. You can just play in with black, or alternatively, you can clear red. I don't think he's going to do anything aggressive like clear yellow, which is about 15 yards away, but clearing red is a genuine alternative. Yeah, unlucky to flick off into blue, but it's still runnable, is blue. Yeah, we're going to have a go at his hoop. Outside the wire. And Ben should be able to convert that into a win. Possibly with his next shot even. Well done. It's a nice smooth hoop. Easy win. Joint block leaders now on 2 out of 3. I think we'll try and move to Lawn 1 for this Amrit Elibieri v Stephen Mulliner match. So give us a couple of minutes to try and arrange that. Okay, so we're just getting the camera sorted out. In the meantime, whilst it's getting ready, we have hoop 13 between Amra Elibieri and Stephen Mulliner. So Amra played up first with the red ball, and it's finished about 4 yards just off straight. Stephen then shot at the red with black and missed the north boundary. Yellow then took very good position, but possibly blocking red at the hoop. And then blue took 3 yard straight position. So we've got this question about what red's going to do, and he's just going to nudge inches, literally. And I presume that is blocked black at both yellow and the hoop. So Stephen, I think, is going to be jumping. Yes, he's moved from his Irish grip to his Solomon, and he's going to have to jump over the red to either hit the yellow or run the hoop. And we think this is still first game. So Stephen not able to generate the height and power required for this boundary jump with his normal Irish grip. So hands slightly further down the mallet. Solomon. Nice sort of power and jump and bounce, but the direction wasn't there. So straightforward hoop 13 for Am. Just getting it tapped down, and it should be a 7-6 win, which will be a relief to him because he lost that match yesterday late afternoon to Yowie. Always nice getting to play on lawn 1. You can just view it as, right, I'm going to be back here on Sunday playing the final, learn the hills and any little slopes and differences in speeds on areas of the lawn. And first game, 7-6 to Am. Both of these players in this interesting block with Ben Rothman and Yowie, which Yowie was leading overnight, the only player on 2. Stephen lost to Ben, Amory lost to Yowie, and it's wide open. I mean, to be honest, I really still fancy Amra to win it. I think he's very good. Just warming up slowly. But there are lots of good players in the block. And yeah, who comes top 4 is going to be really fascinating. Players just taking a comfort break before starting the second. Try and have a look around and see if I can update you on anything else while that's going on. On lawn 5, we've got Lionel Tibble against Ian Burridge. I think Lionel took the first quite comfortably. They're in the second. I think Lionel's 2-1 ahead. Okay, shouldn't be too long now before Am's back. Stephen down by corner 4. We've got a train track at Southwick that runs down the southern boundary of 1, 2 and 3. So there's an embankment behind there. And every 15 minutes or so we get a train running by, quite a busy line. Flags hanging quite limp today, really very little breeze at all. Excuse me. So that'll be a big plus to people like Fulford who check the hourly wind forecast. He was very happily telling me that later on in the week it was going to be nice and calm. So very happy about that. Oh, and Stephen's got some support has arrived. Sarah Mulliner. Looks like Sarah anyway. "11 lawns here at Southwick. Three laid out in a row at the bottom, and then another 3 and then another 3 in very much a sort of square box of 9 pattern, like a Rubik's cube. And then the top 2 up together always feel that tiny bit smaller to me. I'm not sure whether they are, but they always just feel a couple of yards undersized. Might just be a trick of the light or a visual perception issue, but they're generally all very similarly paced. Probably lawns 1, 2 and 3 half a second or a second slower, getting a bit of shelter from the sun by the trees from the embankment. So the southern half of them particularly slow. Northern half not really that much different to the other lawns, but the southern half can be, you know, just that half a second slower. So Stephen's a 2-time medalist at this event. Last won a medal in 2015 in New Zealand at Mount Maunganui, losing to the eventual winner Ahmed El Mahdi at that event. That's 3-0 in the semi from memory. I think before that his other medal was in, it might have been in New Zealand again, in Hawke's Bay about 2006. Again a losing semi-finalist. players milling around in front of the clubhouse. We've got about 22 players on at any time, so that means that there's 42 always sat around or driving in, waiting to play their games. 2 of the blocks each day don't get any games, so they've got a choice. They can either come in and watch, or maybe just take a relaxing day, or go and do some sightseeing, or for local English players, they might even pop back and do a day at work. Who knows? Right, here we go. The players are back again, and it'll be Stephen to play first because he lost game 1. Very close 7-6 win for Am in the first, and off we go. Stephen playing blue to hoop 1. And my immediate reaction, having been watching elsewhere, was he'd overhit it. But that southern part of the lawn, that much slower. And I think a couple of months ago they had some crow damage. With the crows digging up worms, and they had to sort of re-sow a 2-yard area on the southern boundary. And that's now almost fully repaired. I'm a little bit short there. You don't want to be short, because if Stephen plays a really good black in, it'll give him choices. He'll be able to either just run the hoop with blue, which is just fractionally off straight and a couple of yards back, or he'll be able to hit red on the right hand side and clear it back to corner 4, leaving his black hopefully in a slightly better position than blue. So he's going to try and get to quite tight position here to give himself that choice, and he has underhit this one. So yellow will shoot at blue, and if it misses, blue will take the hoop on. You might hear some come-ons and hit-its from Ian Burridge, who's playing on lawn 5, currently game down and 3-2 up against Lionel Tibble. But we'll focus on this quite high-quality match. Stephen's shot that's finished short has blocked yellow at blue. So that's a bit of good fortune, because you can move your ball in corner 4 a yard anywhere from the corner, so actually getting a block that far away is really quite difficult to achieve. So he'll be pretty happy with that, and it's not a difficult hoop. 2 yards just off straight, and Stephen's a AC player as well as a GC player, past AC world champion, and he's not one of these players who's just going to smash a ball off the north boundary. He's going to try and run hoop 1 with some control up towards hoop 2. Now he's called a referee on, and I'm assuming it's to get all the hoops knocked down. He sort of gestured in a big arc as if it's not just hoop 1 he wants knocked down, he might as well get all of them done at once. And so I think there'll be another minute's delay or so. Yeah, in this block last night we had Dusan Tersa have a very good win, 7-6, 7-6 against Ian Burridge. So lots of good performances from the people towards the bottom of the block. Peter Payne beat Blake Fields, very impressive win. I say Dusan beat Ian. And there have been several other strong performances. Nelson Morrow, who's seeded 8th, has already won 2 matches. So well done to Nelson, one of only 2 players here from New Zealand. Current World Team Champions, with none of their World Team Championship players actually competing due to time off work and cost. So Nelson helping to fly the flag. Right, so that's the hoops all firmed up. Let's see if Stephen can run this nicely up to hoop 2. Now he's cleaning the blue ball, so we'll get there eventually. Nope, might want blue replaced, or cleaning under a tap, or who knows. So we're playing with new Dawsons in terms of they haven't really been used very much, but they're not new in terms of how old they are. They're about 5 years old, so it's pre-Humpty new Dawsons. So quite nice balls actually. Stop shot reasonably well, clear reasonably well, and plenty of milling left on them, so good size. So Stephen back to his Irish grip now. This is his standard grip, his non-jumping grip. And I think I mentioned yesterday, Irish grip is the best of the 3 grips for producing a nice low swing with a big area that's a sweet spot, so you can get your timing better. Beautiful shot, off 1 wire, and he's about 3 yards east northeast of hoop 2, so controlling that area, and will play in making sure he finishes well up the lawn and to the western side. So that is absolutely perfect. It's a blade of grass you'd want it on. It's an easy hoop for red, but it's in a position where it's not easy for blue to clear it more than about 10 yards away. So Stephen will be playing in, trying to make sure black doesn't block the red, and again it's a very good shot. And Am will just put another ball in here, again trying to be really within a yard of the hoop. That's how close he's going to try and get. Blocking blue at red is perfect. Blocking black at the hoop is second prize. He might have done both. Yeah, double clearance attempted by Stephen, so that yellow just flicked off the black and finished on a blade of grass. Sort of little bits of luck that you get at golf croquet. And now red has a straightforward hoop. And I think what they're doing is they're clearing the sand off the ball. So these lawns were sanded a few days ago. The sand is still near the top of the lawn, and as we get the morning dew, and I think they're still watering, the balls are picking up the sand. It's not a nice feeling on your mallet. You're not getting the true feel that you want, and I think that's what has just been cleaned off. Yeah, nice hoop shot. If you get a chance to have a look at Am's mallet, you'll see holes drilled through it, and that's to take weight away from the centre of the mallet and try and get more of the weight towards the edges, as well as lightening the head, which helps with the mallet head speed to generate power. So it's improving peripheral weighting and also decreasing that mallet head weight, so you can generate power due to having a lighter mallet head. So Stephen's played 3 and it's not a good shot. It's definitely drawsable, but it's a really tough one to run. I think we'll see him play blue after yellow plays over, trying to just nudge it an extra foot. And we'll play deeper than black, so black can't clear it. That's a good shot, straight in front. And now, can he just put an extra yard of pace on this blue and nudge that black a foot? Very good effort. The pace is perfect. Blue's still in front. I think Am will play to good hoop running position here, because black can only clear yellow to a short boundary, and then yellow can clear blue to a long boundary. So I think red to good hoop running position. And in that sort of position, too many of the English players are playing red 2 yards deeper than that. And you really want red in good hoop running position. If you're going to play a good smash away on blue, you want to know if you hit it right, red's got an easy hoop. And this will be a snuggle from Stephen. Very good. I think he's got it. It's close. No real point in clearing yellow there. You know, for Am, a 5-yard clearance on blue isn't difficult. Whereas if he plays the snuggle correctly, Am has no shot at all. So I'm going to have a look whether he's got the edge of blue past black. Can't play into black because it's going to be a double tap. So he's just got to fly past the edge of black. Can he snick the blue? Can he hit it quarter ball? If he can't hit any of it, he's got no shot. And blue's going to end up with a hoop shot. Let's see what he takes on. Definitely thinks he's got something. The other alternative is if he can't hit it, he can try and play directly behind it to hamper its shot. But this looks like power. Yeah, I had the middle of it. Just and lovely control on the yellow as well, just in case things go wrong. That might have blocked black's go at the hoop. There are a few Egyptians, particularly the modern players, who I think have fantastic back ball control. And Amra is certainly one of them. I think Hamiarian, who unfortunately isn't here this week, is another really good one. And yeah, Mo's not bad, but it's probably got a more all-round game rather than purely being back ball control. So let's see if Stephen can play blue onto red and clear it. The problem I find here is that even if he clears it, red's just going to monster black away. So he needs to hit red on the right-hand side, moving red towards my camera position, my commentary position in corner 2. And if he does that, red will only be able to move black towards the short boundary. So I think red is in front here. Not as easy a hoop as yellow had, but still in front. Oh, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's outside the corner. So, good clearance from Stephen there. Deliberately moving the yellow. And once again taking the red ball out and cleaning it. It really hasn't gone well, this sanding, from Southwick's point of view. The lawns were better 6 weeks ago. So, is he trying to cut this off the boundary to an angled hoop running position or play onto it? Standard Egyptian plays cut it. Very fine cut. I'm surprised he's done that. The fact he didn't hit it hard means he was trying the centre ball clearance. And now I think Stephen will regard this as a free go at hoop 3. I'd certainly be taking the hoop on here. So Stephen just confirming that yellow was a boundary ball. There's a tendency of the players to move them in because we've got a thicker line of grass around the lawn that players don't want to be standing on. And I think this is a good choice. He's going to take on the hoop. Nice positive shot. Okay, got it, you know, roughly in the middle of the hoop. Not a bad attempt at all. And whilst it would be better in front of the hoop, it's not a disaster, having stayed a little way away. Stephen will probably clear yellow here. He won't want black having to clear yellow and yellow taking a short boundary position. So blue clearing yellow is standard. So I'm not a fan of that. I could put him in a very weak position in a short time space. Particularly if, you know, if Am's got this hoop shot, Am's just going to be thinking, well, this is a free go. Because, you know, if I can fail this, black clears yellow, yellow clears blue. So he can view this as a free go as well. So a deliberate attempt there to clear the blue, trying to get the in off, knowing he's happy enough to hit the hoop and stay nearby. Patient play here. He knows red's quite close to the hoop, so red can either try and block black at yellow or more likely just clear blue, forcing black to hit a shot from the corner at yellow. So Stephen looking to take position runnable at hoop 3 behind the yellow, so yellow's blocking red taking that clearance. Not got a lot of room here. It's hilling. It's good. That is absolutely a blade of grass. That is a fabulous shot. So Am's got no chance of clearing that, and will play probably to block black at yellow. It's overhit that, but it's still runnable. So if Stephen just clips the yellow, yellow will still be able to clear blue. So he wants a central clearance all the way to the west boundary. I'm not sure he's got enough power for that. And you saw the wrist come through and the mallet turn to the left as he hit it. These modern mallets give you immediate feedback if you've hit it off centre. And again, a cautious line of play here. Not taking the hoop on with yellow, which might be slightly hampered. And just clearing it towards corner 2, keeping control of the north boundary with yellow. So I've got Salah Hassan sat next to me.
Yeah.
Multiple world champion, both open and over 50s. And is Amra one of your proteges?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Very good. Blue shooting at the red and it's missed on the right. And I think when you watch Am play, if you've ever had the pleasure of watching Salah play, Salah was one of the most controlled players. He had great control of the striker's ball. He wasn't as big a power player as the Naz brothers, but he played tight, good positional play and had wonderful back ball control, so he could clear a ball exactly where he wanted, keeping his striker's ball either in front of the hoop or wide from it. And he had longer hoops than the power players, but kept on getting better and better position as his control clearances gave him better positions all the time. And I think you'll see that type of play coming out in Amra as well. Yeah. No attempt to run to hoop 4, so he probably just thought it was a foot or two too far to risk the hoop. Stephen's balls are in particularly weak positions, so you know Stephen isn't guaranteed to be taking position here. Black is about 9 yards north of corner 1, and interestingly he's moved it to the offside spot. I would have left it where it was, coming across the hoop at more 90 degrees, but anyway, he's moved to the penalty spot and it's quite slow down in that area, so it's a wee bit under hit. It might be wide from red, but it's not an easy hoop. I don't think Amra is going to feel sufficiently threatened that he needs to clear it. So yellow's on the north boundary. He'll be trying to play once again within a yard of the hoop, between black and the hoop. And just think about how difficult that is. He's 28 yards away and he's going to try and get within 1 yard. Very low margin of error. Fantastic weight again. Yeah, to get between black and the hoop is just a wonderful shot from that range. Not sure whether he's got the block or not, but he's certainly put a big wadge of doubt in Stephen's mind if he wants to take the hoop on at slightly longer range with black. And that doubt might mean that Stephen eventually clears the yellow, and that's going to allow red time to get back in the hoop. It's okay. So I think Am will just play in here. There's no easy clearance black on yellow to a wide position. It's an easy clearance to corner 4. But I think Am will just put a good red in. Thought he'd probably try and get inside blue there, but guarantees that yellow can hit blue and red isn't in the way. And Stephen's now in this quandary position. Do you take your hoop on, or do you clear yellow? And normally at top level, if he's open on the hoop and blue and yellow isn't blocking, you take your hoop on. Salah's probably the opposite. You quite fancy probably just clearing yellow with a stop shot here, don't you? And this was Salah's strength. He could stop shot yellow in the middle, keeping black directly in front of the hoop. And Stephen's done almost, well, he's done better in fact, because he's got it to roll on into the jaws. Am's play, she's got two options. He can either clear the blue and then jump with red, if he's happy with that length of jump, or he can take black out and hope blue fails a 2-yard hoop. Looks almost certain he's going to clear this blue and take on his jump shot. And the benefit of jumping over the black with the red is black might not be able to get to hoop 5 if it's in the front of the jaws. Anyway, let's see a nice power clearance. Yeah, lovely shot. And so tell me about Am's jump shots, Salah. He's a good jump shot. And at what range does he stop being good? Because we all have a range where we stop being good.
I think till 5 yards.
5 yards. Well, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably where I thought I was as well. 5 yards. Yeah. I started to just not be as confident after that range. So Stephen wants to move the red out of jumping position, or potentially he's got the chance of missing red and rush peeling the black through. Nope, didn't get either of those, so good chance to watch Am take on his jump. The younger Egyptian players tend to be better than the older Egyptian players at jump shots. Got to make sure you get the height here. Can't really risk hitting the black. The worst result you've got is rush peeling black and black getting first play at hoop 5. So wants to be jumping towards the top of the hoop. Again, just moving that sand from the ball. Always get your opponent's permission. They might have agreed beforehand, yeah, that's no problem, do it when you want it. But yeah, if you're going to mark your ball and clean it, always get your opponent's permission. No, worst result. Flick the top of black. It's now 2-all with Stephen first play at 3 instead of 3-1 with Amra in strong position. So yellow's onside. Thank you. Six and 5. I've just been joined by my wife, who's told me she lost the first game 7-1 and then won 5 and 6. 6 and 5. So she'll be very happy about that. I think that was against Mustafa. So black played in. Again, a disappointing shot from Stephen. This southern half quite slow. So black's very runnable, but not as easy as he'd hope. And yellow's played beautiful position. Beautiful 2-foot straight position. And these are the bits where you just need a bit of luck, don't you, Salah? It's all well and good hitting black, but do you cannon off into yellow, or does black hit yellow?
Yeah, I think it could be, yes.
Sage.
I think he will not do this mistake. He will focus on the right side of the ball. I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. He's cleared black and run hoop 5. So that makes up for that little problem at hoop 4. And he's now back in the lead, 3-2 up. Red's not in a great position to get to 6, and I'm not sure yellow's in a fantastic position to get to 6 either, or blue for that matter, but yellow's going to be gone by the time blue plays. So what is yellow going to do? Not a fantastic shot with black. I think he's just going to play yellow up there, because black isn't sufficiently threatening to do anything more aggressive. Now, yellow just gone long there. It's not a major issue. Red can't clear black. I think he would have just liked to in position to force black to try and clear it rather than black just taking on its hoop. Very good shot from Stephen there. He's got, 1.5 foot position, making sure that black was open on yellow. So 2 options for Stephen now. He can either clear this to corner 3 to lengthen the shot, or he can try and hit it on the right hand side to the north boundary, which would block yellow from hitting blue because hoop 6 would be in the way. And he's opted for the second option, sorry, the first option of moving it as far away as he can. And the beauty of that is black moves fairly close to hoop 7 in the middle of the north boundary. So straightforward 13-yard clearance for now. Interesting pre-shot routine, placing his feet and then focusing more on the ball. Yeah, only got it quarter ball, but still had the power to move it 12 yards away. So, not the most powerful of the Egyptian players, but still has sufficient power even at quarter ball to generate that distance. And 2 choices again. I suppose you could call it 3 choices. You could clear red because it's in hoop running position. You could take your hoop on. Or you could say, no, actually, I think you're not going to run that. I'm going to take position, potentially trying to block you. But Stephen understands how good Am is, and he's clearing the red. Just a gentle mid-pace clearance, and he's unfortunately rushed it to well, certainly as easy a position. It's fractionally more angled, but it's half the distance, and I think Am will run this without too much difficulty. No, that was near wire. Not very good. I think he might have been lucky, and it's bounced to a position where blue might not be able to hit it fully. Stephen's next play is going to be playing black in front, and then ideally blue would want to be clearing red after yellow's played in, but I'm not sure he's got very much of it. Now what he's going for here, he's trying to hit red, and you might initially think, why on earth would he try and hit red? But if he could have hit red, getting black to follow through in front, that would have then opened red out for blue to clear it. He's practicing his swing again now, but really quite an intelligently thought out shot. It had lots of positives to it, and he hit it at the right pace, that if he didn't hit it, red hasn't got an easy clearance on black now. So good thought process there by Stephen. Just didn't quite get the physical outcome he wanted. So we didn't see much of this in the first match this morning between Ahmed Naz and Ewan Burridge. This sort of gradual position play round hoops, people not quite being prepared to go directly in front and going to the side and playing a bit further back, and levels of just technical and tactical play, which I find very interesting. It's sort of judging what your opponent's strengths are and what their weaknesses are and how well they're playing on the day. Again, it's a nice clearance from Stephen. Black's gone, 4 yards in front of hoop 7. I'd just argue he hasn't moved yellow as far away as he should have done. It's still 3 to 4 yards in from the north boundary. And this is too short a shot. I'm just asking Stephen to move to a more sort of 90-degree position rather than vaguely behind the shot, as you're entitled to do. Can always make sure your opponent's where you want them when you're playing. And this is only about a 10-yarder. That bounced a lot, and he's not as impure a striker as perhaps Mohammed Naz, who often hits down on the ball quite a lot. So it's disappointing to see it bouncing that much. Only flicked it. So I think Stephen's got a genuine chance of clearing red and possibly following through into the jaws here. I think hitting it just off straight or 1/8 ball, both of those have possibilities to get blue into the jaws and through the hoop. No, not quite. So back we start again. Red's going to take position, trying to get wide from the blue. And Am's already gone and looked at that spot. And the question is, how far back is he going? Is he going to go 2 yards or 4 yards? He wouldn't go a yard back, it's too difficult. But yeah, 2, 3, 4 yards back, trying to be wide from blue. I think he'll probably go about 3 yards back. No, just a couple of yards back. And has he got it? Both gone and checked it, so it's obviously close. So it's clearly wide, because Stephen's shooting here. I thought it hit that harder, but once again, it's like the shot he played a couple of rotations ago, where he's tried to hit the red at a pace where the black's going to finish in front, and the red's going to move from a wide position to an open position for blue. So again, it's a really strong play. And yeah, for finding those two lines of play, I think he deserves hitting this vaguely in the middle and clearing it, and he has done. Again, Stephen just not quite as powerful now as you'd really want, so he's only moved it about 14 yards away. But two well thought out lines of play that deserve a little bit of credit. So, red at black. Has it got a double? We'll soon find out. Might have had a double. It wasn't far away. So, chance for Stephen to equalise at 3-all. Update from Lawn 5. We've had a very entertaining second game between Tibble and Burridge, which Burridge has clawed back, and he's now at game all. So they're starting their decider. And this is Stephen's 2-yard hoop 6 to tie it up at 3-all. And that's probably the weakest part of his game at the moment, his hoop stroke. Am's got two options really. You can take position and then clear black with red, or you can just take on this hoop and regard it as a free go. And the fact he's asking for the hoop to be knocked down indicates he's going to take on this free 7-yard hoop. Black can get to hoop 7, so it's not a disastrous ball, and I'm pretty sure it can still run. Second prize, flick the black, move black out of hoop running position. But didn't run the hoop. So blue will be thinking, I just need to take good hoop running position now, and then black's all over yellow. So clear favourite for the hoop now, Stephen. Not bad. Probably would have liked a foot further, or fractionally straighter, but it's not a bad blue. And red would normally just play in here between blue and the hoop. Now, a bit further than he would have liked there. And I think Stephen will hit this on the right hand side to move black to hoop 7 as well. He's 3-2 down, remember, so he needs to try and find methods of getting into the lead. It puts hoop 6 more at risk by not hitting it in the middle, but lovely shot. Yeah, good shot. Now that is an easy hoop for black, so there's a lot of pressure now on yellow at blue. And then if he misses yellow at blue, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Stephen to run hoop 6, because partner's been moved into this fantastic position at hoop 7. super in the middle. Unlucky it's hit hoop 3 to leave it closer. But yeah, all that work Stephen's done to get black in front of hoop 7 and try and get a 2 hoop swing, now been undone with a wonderful clearance by Am. Choices, just like earlier. It's do you play in and block, or do you clear red? Last time in this position he tried to clear red. Change of mind this time, and the reason is that it's a good change of mind because it's a different scenario. He knows that if he doesn't get the block and red runs, black's in front of 7. So I expect him to clear blue here. Yeah, and he has done. Again, the reason being that black's in front of 7. I thought he might have cleared it further, because blue's got quite an easy clearance on red now. I expected the distance between red and blue to be an additional 2 to 3 yards. That looks overhit. No, it's slowed up. No, it's straight in front. And Stephen now, once again, a power clearance down to corner 4. Can he get it past hoop 4? No, he can't. Probably would have gone past hoop 4 if it hit it in the middle. So once again, it's about 14 yards away. Can Am hit another clearance? And the problem here for Stephen, if he does hit this clearance, red may well end up finishing close to hoop 7 as well. Great shot, super shot. This looks good length. I think that's excellent. I think he's got the block on yellow. Now this is an interesting position. If he's got a straight clearance that misses the hoop, Am's got the chance to play a stop shot here, holding position, leaving black short of the north boundary, so red can then clear it all the way back down to the south boundary. But I'm not sure he's got the angle. Let's see. Yeah, that's the shot I anticipated. Really well played. So that's a deliberately leaving black on the lawn. So red can either power it all the way to the south boundary, or potentially could just cut it to a wide position from yellow if it's not already there. So blue has to clear yellow. Missed on the right. So black might be wide from yellow, in which case red could just play onside.
Still okay.
That's sort of an indication that black's got about a quarter of yellow, playing red in front. It might have a half, but can't hit yellow and stay in the vicinity. So now not only is Am going to go 4-2 up, but Stephen's got 2 offside balls as well. And it's the sort of position you're just trying to generate. It's not just scoring points, but giving your balls preferential position at the next one, particularly when it's an odd one. So 4-2 to Am. Game up. So deep here. It's not actually a bad shot, that. You'd much rather be a little bit far than short there. Moves it further away from the yellow and means that you can clear red to a long boundary. I'm playing in tight, trying to block blue at the hoop. Hasn't blocked the blue, but has got fantastic position. I think it's just open for blue. Interestingly, chose to leave black on the south boundary rather than the penalty spot. And Stephen's just moved it up to the north boundary in front of 7. I don't think we'll see Am move blue here. He'll just put another ball in between black and the hoop. No, he's clearing this. Bit surprised. I thought he'd take position here. Good clearance. That'll be disappointing. So, Salah, will Am try and run this with control?
Yes.
He will.
Yes.
This is close enough.
Yes.
Because he didn't at hoop 3, did he, when he was further away?
He ran it fast.
Yes.
On
Hoop 3, because
yes.
he was at sort of double that distance,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Now, yes, almost double the distance. Now he will try to make it controlled.
Okay. So these are the things you're trying to understand as the opponent, as to when the opponent's not going to be comfortable running it to the next hoop and when they're just going to hit it off. And it affects your tactics as well as to what you're prepared to leave them. And that's a lovely shot. He's still actually running it off the south boundary. Maybe a couple of yards in. No, it's a couple of yards in. But only just flicked off the wire. And it certainly wasn't that power shot we saw at hoop 3 where it just crashed off the south boundary. So 5-2 now to Am. So black plays down, trying to be on the eastern side of the hoop to potentially get the wire from red. Probably just a couple of feet short, but not a bad effort. I'll lunch after this. So just some quite good balls played in, and we'll be clearing this. Black once again cleaning his own ball of that sand that's sticking to them, particularly due to the dampness in the morning. Hopefully as lawns dry out that'll become less of an issue. And again, he'll probably be trying to clear this in the middle or fractionally on the left to avoid any contact with his own yellow ball. Not enough of it. So black will just clear yellow. Two choices, either trying to hit it in the middle and try and hold for position with black, or hit it on the left hand side, maximising the distance that yellow goes away and taking the short boundary yourself with black. A gentle attempt to get in the jaws there, or run it. I think Stephen will be trying to get in the jaws or run it as well. You can actually play them reasonably firmly into the far wire and they'll sog into the jaws. Whereas when you're dribbling at that pace, they can sometimes just hill half a centimetre, and hitting the near wire is never a good result. So Anne will now play down close behind the blue. Again, another really tough shot from 28 yards away. Really wants to be, a couple of feet northwest of blue. And he's a bit too far east there. I think blue can clear that. So black can try and hide behind red, so yellow can't clear it. And yellow will probably feel forced to then move the blue. And even then, blue's only got a 8-yarder at red. And equally importantly, it'll be an 8-yarder that he might be able to clear getting towards 9 with his blue ball. So this is why red would have been much better in a sort of similar position, but on the western side of the hoop and not the eastern side. So blue couldn't hit it because the wire was in its backswing. It looks like he's playing in, trying to block blue at red here. Again, nothing wrong with that as a choice, just clearing blue gave it that fairly straightforward 8-yard clearance. And, you know, getting this is pretty strong. Calling a referee on because the blue is hampered. It's got that right hand wire towards the edge of it, so just in case he swings poorly and ends up hitting the hoop or hitting it off the bevel of his mallet, he's calling a referee. So the question is he clear just to clear the red, or is he trying to double clear yellow and red? I think he's open on red. Yeah, it's a good shot. Plenty of power on that. So on lawn 2, Chris Roberts and Dominic Nuns are going to hoop 13 in the first, and Dominic's got first play. Am's got a 25-yarder back at black here. Hasn't missed much during the match. So, good chance for Stephen to get back to 5-3 down. Oh, that's a bad hoop shot. That was outside of the right wire from 4 or 5 feet away. I think I mentioned earlier that of all the aspects of his game, it's the hoop stroke that's starting to really show time is catching up with him. Still quite good positionally. He's His brain is still fully functional. He's played some good tactical lines this match, but that hoop shot is just vulnerable at the moment. And that is 6-2. Pretty good position there at 9. You always think if you can get 9 and 10, and you've got a chance up the middle then. Another clearance for Am. Been very good this match. I remember back to hoop 6, he really had quite a high pressure clearance there. Stephen had a potential hoop 6 with the ball very much in front of hoop 7. And that could have put him 4-3 ahead. And with a good chance to go 5-3 ahead. And now it's the opposite, it's he's 6-2 down. So good, very good play for Am. Yeah, he's got another one. He'll be really pleased with this, having lost to Yoey yesterday. Really good comeback. Which one? 6-2. Chris Roberts in a strong position at hoop 13 on lawn 2 against Dominic. Nice stop shot there by Stephen. If it was 4-all, you might not have played that shot, because the next line of play will be yellow takes position, blue takes position, red smashes black away. But when you're 6-2 down, holding for straight position at hoop 9 and just crossing your fingers that red misses a 7-yarder is a completely legitimate line of play. At 4-4, I think it would be weak. Fantastic shot from Dominic on lawn 2, clearing Chris out of hoop 13 from a long way away. Chris fails a 5-yard hoop. Dominic's now got a 3.5-yard hoop. So Stephen playing the blue in there, trying to block red at black. Am's getting down on his haunches, just seeing if it's open. It looks like it is. And Dominic on lawn 2 chose not to take on his hoop and just play to wide position. Very intelligent line of play. Yeah, in the middle again. It's good stuff. It really is. Amra's in my fantasy team, so I was a bit disappointed yesterday. So, yellow to win the match. Well played. A very strong performance there. Look forward to watching him as the tournament goes on. He's going to be in the final stages as far as I'm concerned. And that's the end of the commentary until our 2 o'clock session.
Hi everybody, thanks for watching this morning. We'll be back again at 2 o'clock. I can't guarantee which games we'll be watching and which players until I find out at 2 o'clock. So see you all soon. Thanks for watching.